Hello everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihana'scuisines. Today we are going to be making a basic kebab video. Let's go ahead and review all the ingredients. Here we're going to be using ghee, which is homemade ghee. I also have an instructional video on how to make ghee and all the good things about ghee. So if you want to watch that, I'll put up a link on the right hand side of your screen. Just click on that, it'll take you to that video. We're going to be doing 2 eggs. Now these are egg yolks. I don't put the white in there. Also, I have here about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oatmeal. Now these are quick oats. They are gluten free and I have crushed them. And I have here some dried cilantro. Now you want to use, if you can, try and get the fresh cilantro in here. It makes all the difference. I don't have any in the house, and so I'm just gonna sub it for the dried ones. Here I have a tablespoon of Cajun seasoning. I'm gonna do cumin powder, coriander powder, gharam masala powder, and then lemon pepper as well. And that also is gonna be upon how you like it. We're gonna start off with 1 tablespoon. I'm gonna give it a taste test, and I'm gonna add more if I need to. Salt to taste. Now, some people add onions that they've crushed. I really like using onion powder, and I've started using it for the last 6 months, and I feel like it really gives it that onion taste, but then it doesn't make the mixture soft and runny for the kebabs to break. So I am doing onion powder. It's up to you if you want to do the fresh, just pulse it and then take all the water out and then add that to the kebab. You can do that, and I do that sometimes. We're also going to be adding my must-have, which is the homemade fresh ginger and garlic. I have here some avocado oil spray. This I'm only going to use if I'm going to put it in the air fryer. So I'm just going to spray it and then put it in the air fryer. Now I am going to do 2 of the kinds. I'm going to do some in the air fryer and some I'm going to deep fry, and then we're going to look at the difference between the 2. I have here some ground beef, which is completely fat free. I like to use fat free, and that's the reason I'm adding the ghee inside. Now if you had ground beef that already had the fat in there, or that's what you wanted to use, then omit the ghee. It's just for me to make it super moist. All right, so let's go ahead and mix this up. You're also going to need a food processor. So you can see here that my ground beef is nice and dry. So when you get your ground beef, you can wash it and then put it in a sieve so that you can get as much moisture out of it. The biggest enemy for kebabs is so much moisture, which is going to break your kebabs. Now, I do have a small food processor. I wish I had a bigger food processor, but what we're going to do is we're just going to mix everything else, all the spices in one batch, and then I'll show you. So I have my tray here. So in my food processor goes as much ground beef as I can get in there. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, but for the oats, what I did was I did pulse it before we started. So you want to crush it, completely pulse it where it's just like powder. All right, just like how you would do breadcrumbs. So that's gonna all go in here. All right, next I'm gonna go ahead and add all the ghee in here. And I just love working with this ghee. It's like, to me, it's like liquid gold. When I have down 1 bottle down, I have more to make. So, all right. In goes our eggs as well. Okay. So I'm gonna need you to open this for me. Okay, it's gonna look like it's a lot, but it's not. So it's just because the holes are really small on this one. All right, so the onion powder goes in, and then all our dry ingredients go in as well. Cajun seasoning, cumin powder, gharam masala, coriander powder, half of the lemon pepper, now my hands are a little dirty, so trust me on this. My salt, and I know I grabbed a spoon.
It's right there.
Is it there?
Yes,
Where's it?
It's right under the ground beef.
Oh, okay. Now I like to add a lot of ginger and garlic in here just because, I don't know, even Aladdin knows I'm cooking when I have my ginger and garlic out. Like he just knows that I'm dealing with some kind of a meat product. All right, next what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pulse everything together. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, you see that there's two different colors. It's because one of them has the spices, the other one doesn't, just because I don't have a bigger food processor. But it already smells really good with all the spices in there. And we're just going to mix everything until everything is really combined well. So I'm just going to finish rolling these up. When we come back, I'm going to show you some that we're going to do in the air fryer and some that we are going to put fried in oil. So for the air fryer, I'm just going to add enough kebabs in here where it's just going to fit. We're going to put it at 350 for 5 minutes. We'll come back after 5 minutes. We're going to turn them and see how they're doing. I'm also going to be adding some avocado oil on top of it. You can use whatever oil you like. I like the spray bottles. I get my avocado oil from Costco. It's a really, really good price at Costco. I'm not sure, but I think it's 2 for $5. They come in a pack of 2. Now these are going to shrink a little bit, so I'm just trying to add as many in there. And now I'm just going to spray this. All right, let's put it in. Okay, we go down to 350. Put it in for 5. It's going to start on its own. Now let's go ahead and deep fry this, and I'll show you how to do it. So my oil is on medium, and I'll show you, for all those that have a really hard time with deep frying, don't drop it in. If you drop it in, you're going to get burnt, okay? Super simple. I know oil can be super intimidating, but just honestly, just follow this. When you take your kebab and you put it in, do you see how it's sizzling? This means that your oil is perfect. You then take and you slowly put it in. The closer you get to the oil, the better it is. Now, Sumaya has been watching me do this, and I'm going to have her show you how to do it. So come on this side. So if she can do it, you guys, I think we're safe. Okay. All right, so see how? See, there you go. Perfect. You see that? That's exactly how you want it, all right? So we're going to put in, we're not going to overcrowd the pan, but we're just going to put enough in there. And once you put your kebabs in, please leave them alone. Let them get that little texture and firm up on the outside before we go ahead and turn it. Now, while that's happening, I'm just going to start rolling up the rest of the kebabs, and the ones in the air fryer are still going. Once, I'm just going to wait, and you guys, I'm not going to stop the video because I just want you to see how this is going to happen. Now, I could make this video super short and just show you the basics, but I really, really want to show you how we're going to get these kebabs to look really, really nice, and when to turn it, all right? Now, these can also be frozen, while you can either half fry them, you can even completely fry them and freeze them as well, so you can have some in the freezer when you need one of those days when you just need something quick. So now I can see a little bit of browning. Let me show you. Now, do you see how easy it is for me to turn and they're not breaking? See? So 2 key things. 1, you don't want the kebab mixture to be very wet. 2, you don't want your oil to be very, very cold. Because if it's cold, they're going to break. And 3 is don't touch it until you see a little bit of browning happening. That's when you want to turn it. And so you're going to get really nice, good formed kebabs. So I'm going to finish these, and then we're going to wait and see what happens with our ones in the air fryer. and I will take them out, and then we're gonna compare both of them. All right, take a look at these. When you feel them, they're very nice, and you can feel that they're becoming hard, so that's awesome. I'm just going to, no, they're not very hot, so I'm just gonna turn them around. I could have grabbed a fork or a spoon, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna turn them around just a little bit. I'm gonna put them back in 350, 5 more minutes. Let's see what they look like after. And I think the 5 minutes is gonna be perfect. Now let's go ahead and check on our deep fried ones. See how the color is really nice and beautiful? So these are done. So these are done. And you can see the difference between the two. The one that we did in the air fryer, I love because they're more moist. The only thing is that they're a little bit shorter than I wanted them, but that's okay. What I would do next time is make them a little bit more thinner. Eating wise, they'll be perfect, but I kind of wanted to wrap them around some pastry for some guests tonight, but it should still work. So anyways, I am going to finish these up. We'll come back and we'll compare the two. All right, these are done, and they're absolutely delicious. I do like the air fryer ones better, although the air fryer ones don't get that super dark color that we are used to. But let me go and break into one, and then I'll show you. So we'll break into one. Can you get a close-up? So these are a bit more firmer, and I like them like that. But if you don't want them very firm, then don't put them in the food processor. Just mix everything the way it is. So first we'll give this one a try. Then I'm gonna be adventurous and try the sambal. It's so easy to go to the store and pick up a frozen pack. It's a lot of work to get them done at home, but the satisfaction you get from making it on your own and adding enough whatever spices that you like to put in there, it's just so worth it. And you know that it's quality products because you're using the best products. All right, now let's break into the one that is, now you can see that it's piping hot and they're completely cooked inside. I'm just gonna take a smaller piece here. I'm gonna do the same thing so I can tell the difference. Wow. Hands down, air fryer. I never thought I would ever say that, but air fryer it is. I will never fry again. Super delicious. Yeah, the color is a little bit off, but they're moist. They're more moist than the fried ones, and they're just absolutely delicious. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Raihana's's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great video. See you then, friends.